How's it going, everyone? One of the games that we had wanted to hear more about for the last year or so was an action title known as Project Eve. Obviously, Project Eve was just a placeholder name. We finally got an update on the game at the last State of Play event with a brand new story trailer for Project Eve, now renamed as Stellar Blade. Now, if you're not familiar with Project Eve, this was actually a game announced all the way back in 2019, and initially it was supposed to be a PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC title. It's done by a Korean studio, Shift Up, which was established by illustrator Hyung-tae Kim, and Shift Up isn't a really well-known studio, especially over here in the West. However, they are known for the title Destiny Child, and I would say Project Eve, Stellar Blade, I think everybody's just calling it Project Eve for now, because that's the name we've known it as for so long, and the main character is named Eve, so nonetheless, Project Eve is definitely going to be their breakout title, especially over here in the West, because this is a game that's been getting a lot of recognition, a lot of attention, and now we finally know that the game will be released in 2023, and it was noted to be a PlayStation 5 console exclusive, so it looks like that PlayStation 4 version, ixnay on that, and based on the technical specifications and how the game looked based on the trailer, yeah, I could definitely see this being a next-gen only title. It does, however, look like the PC version at some point will be happening. There is still no clarification on when the PC version is going to come out based on the fact that it was just announced as a console exclusive. They're very specific when it comes to the verbiage and the wording that they use, so I would imagine a PC release will be happening. I don't know if this is a case of a timed exclusivity, and ultimately the game will be coming out on Xbox platforms, but again, when the game was announced initially back in 2019, it was scheduled for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, so I could very well see this being more of a timed exclusivity agreement, but that remains to be seen. As far as the game itself, I do want to talk a little bit about it because the story trailer gave us a little bit of insight into what to expect out of the game, and we already had a bit of information, and I'm sure some of you guys are unfamiliar with everything to expect out of this game, so I do want to take a look at that. The trailer itself showcases the city of Zionia, a city of the abandoned which formerly homed 100,000 people. It's now this abandoned city wasteland. And when you get deeper into the trailer, you see some story elements, but really, in my opinion, the standout elements were, first of all, the fantastic soundtrack. I think this is a soundtrack that people are really gonna enjoy, and you need that with a fast-paced action title. I look at a game like Devil May Cry 5, and that game had a tremendous soundtrack, and really just added a little bit to the overall gameplay to the game, and just kept you invigorated the whole way through. Stylish action gameplay as well. You've got swordplay, you've got gunplay, and the utilization of both I think is going to be a compelling element to it. Terrain and particle effects look incredible, and that's when I'm talking about how I would find it very hard to believe that a PlayStation 4 version would be happening, just because at this point games are moving away from a PS4 release, and a game of this magnitude, I just don't think it will see a PS4 release. Also in the trailer, we see a variety of different gargantuan monsters, and throughout the game you're going to have these big boss battles and a variety of different enemies to play at. Over on the PlayStation blog, Hyung-tae Kim spoke a little bit about it, noting this is our second encounter since the PlayStation Showcase back in September of 2021. I am beyond ecstatic to reveal the official name for our game, previously called Project Eve, and share a new trailer unveiling new characters and their roles in this story. The meaning of Stellar Blade. The title is a combination of stellar, which signifies stars in Latin, and blade, which defines Eve's existence. Where the point of the blade will lead you, that is entirely up to you. Mankind's last remaining city on Earth, Zionia, Eve and her comrades land on the surface to reclaim the extinct Earth and cross paths with a survivor named Adam. Eve is then led by Adam to the last surviving city. This is where she meets the elder of the town, Oracle, and is told many stories. In order to serve her mission to save the Earth, Eve develops close relationships with the key members of Zionia and contributes to rebuilding the city. On a mission to save Earth from the native, Eve is also faced with helping out the citizens. Whether you help the survivors or not depends purely on your decision as a player, so it looks like there is going to be a decision aspect to the game as well. Stellar Blade introduces action combat that requires deflecting and evading the attacks at a precise timing that will also connect to combos and unique skills. Throughout the game, you'll arm yourself with unique beta skills and intense burst skills, which I promise will be pleasing to the eye. And you saw a little bit of that in the trailer. Again, it's a very flashy game. Whether that'll be substantial, you hope it will be. There's a lot of games that with trailers you can make them look super flashy, super vibrant, and does that ultimately lead to solid execution? That remains to be seen, but so far I'm liking what I'm seeing, and that's kind of the purpose of a trailer, to sell you on the game, and Stellar Blade so far is really selling me on it. Brace yourselves, boss's strengths are on a completely different level compared to the commons, of offering a challenge in strategic combat encounter. All these actions will allow you to further immerse yourself into the story and understand Eve's emotion. Get ready to embark on a journey with our powerful protagonist, Eve. The PlayStation blog post from Kim ends by just thanking the players. Thank you for your continued support and interest. On top of that, we have a plethora of screenshots that have showcased the various characters, the various locales as well, and it seems like there's quite a bit of variety in the different locales that you're gonna be visiting. You have this wasteland city, but you have a lot of these different environmental areas that do look like it's gonna offer a bit of depth to the game. You have wilderness, you have more underground chasms. Again, it looks like there's a lot of variety in that end. Throughout the game, as you progress, Eve is going to be acquiring skills and items, growing stronger and stronger, acquiring a beta gauge. By parrying and evading in combat, you can then use this beta gauge to gain skills like piercing super armor, execute sweeping attacks, interrupt enemy combos, and much more. Eve also has a burst gauge, which accumulates with successive parries and combos, which can be used to activate buffs and powerful attacks like a leaping stab. You can also look forward to finding stylish costumes throughout the game to change Eve's look, and continue the flow of battle after parrying and evading by weaving in multiple combo skills. Taking down the enemies culminates in a spectacular and amusing display of power. The DualSense wireless controller's haptic feedback amplifies this experience by many-fold, from the sensation of the blade slicing into the enemy to the exceptional skills that tingle your hands. We can't wait to reveal new weapons that vividly showcase the DualSense's controller features in the future. So it seems like that has been a big element to Project Eve, and how the combat is going to integrate with the DualSense, that's probably going to be a relatively big component of the game, and offering a little bit more immersion as well. They also do note the game's going to take full advantage of the PlayStation 5's power, will convey unprecedented vibes that stand out from other post-apocalyptic worlds. As you accompany Eve throughout the game, you get one step closer to the secret hidden in this unusual world. Combat in Eve is deliberate, including attack, defense, and evasion, while remaining fluid and zestful. The only way to survive is to grasp the attack patterns of various enemies and counter with precise timing. And on top of just slaying enemies with style in her adventure, master the terrain by scaling walls, sliding tactically, swinging on ropes, and more. As you make your way through this environment, utilizing diverse actions, try exploring and acquiring hidden treasures throughout the world. So traversal seems to be a bigger element of this game outside of just the fast-paced action gameplay, which is definitely the heart of the game. I think you're going into this game for the fast and fluid gameplay, but it looks like traversal is going to be a component as well. So that's going to do it for me. It still seems like this is a game we don't know a ton about, but as more and more information is being unveiled, it seems like anticipation for the game is ramping up. And when you look at the 2023 slate of games and PlayStation 5 titles, a game like Project Eve is definitely adding to an already packed lineup of releases like your Final Fantasy 16s and Marvel Spider-Man 2s of the world. Throw in Project Eve, now known as Stellar Blade. Gonna take a little while for me to get used to calling it Stellar Blade, but nonetheless, the game is scheduled for a release in 2023, and that's gonna do it for me. Definitely interested to hear what you guys think, your excitement level for the game. Are you sold on it? Still on the fence? Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.